The legendary Bitcoin halving is upon us. It's rapidly approaching. But the problem is you are being lied to about the halving and what its potential impact is on the price of Bitcoin. There's a lot of theories out there all over the internet, but some of it is being spread like wildfire, and it's poison to your ears because what they're saying is a complete lie. In today's video, I'm going to present the clean, cold, hard facts in the charts, and you are going to leave this video with a sense of clarity and a sense of peace as to exactly how this has happened in Bitcoin's entire history. We're going to look at this upcoming halving, when it's going to happen, but we're also going to compare the 2012, 2016, and 2020 halving because they all had the exact same patterns. If we look at these patterns, we know exactly the patterns that are about to play out before they happen. Welcome, I'm Steve. Here we deliver honest, sponsorship-free TA with genuine value. Subscribe for a no BS approach that actually helps you. Subscribe. Here we are. On the Bitcoin US dollar index, we are on the monthly chart. We're going to cover price action above, which has a very distinct pattern every single time it's been playing out for 12 years. And then we're going to cover what's at the bottom of our screen. The RSI on the monthly chart has a very distinct pattern as well, just getting above this yellow line. So hot off the press, this is a major signal that we're going to cover. But let's start with price action. In our screen, we have a lot going on, but let's keep it simple. Right here, this white dotted line, this is precisely when we have the halving, right? This is when the halving happened in 2012, right inside of phase 2. This is when the halving happened in 2016. Right inside of phase 2 of the bull. This is when the Bitcoin halving happened in 2020, right inside of phase 2 of the bull. And this is when the halving is going to happen in 2024. This one is not in phase 2 of the bull. So something is very strange going on here, or is it? Let's uncover what's happening right before our eyes. Every single market cycle has the same pattern. We have a bull flag, golden cross, breakout. Next one, bull flag, golden cross, breakout. Next one, bull flag, golden cross, breakout. Next one, bull flag, golden cross, breakout, right? And what follows that is phase 1 and 2, phase 1 and 2, phase 1 and 2, and phase 1 and 2. But let's get a little more specific. A bull flag, what is a bull flag? Well, a bull flag has two parallel lines, one on the top representing resistance and one on the bottom representing support. What you want to have is multiple touch points on the top, multiple touch points at the bottom. This is a bullish pattern, which means that we have our what's called our flagpole here, and then this is our flag part here. This is a very bullish pattern. And every single time we had these bullish patterns, we broke out on a golden cross. Golden cross is if you go to the daily chart and you go to your moving averages, you put on two moving averages. One of them you put on the 50 MA, the other one you put the 200 MA. And a golden cross is when the 50 MA crosses back above the 200 day. It happened precisely right here at the breakout of this bull flag. It happened right here precisely at the breakout of this bull flag in 2011. It happened again at the precise breakout right here in 2019. So 3 cycles in a row, we had a bull flag, and then our breakout was our golden cross breakout of the bull flag, right? All 3 times. Tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. And no different this time, right? We had a bull flag. Again, parallel lines, resistance at the top, support at the bottom. You want multiple touch points on each. And we had this little old golden cross, which nobody pays attention to too much, but that's literally what caused us to break out of this bull flag. By the way, take a look at this price structure here at the tail end of our bull flag, right before our golden cross. At this time in the market, Bitcoin was 15, 16,000, and everyone was screaming, don't buy Bitcoin right now. Wait until it goes below 10K, 9K, 8K, 7K. 85% of the world was against me at this moment. We had predicted that the bottom was in. Roll the clip. If we're right on this double bottom, we deserve a Nobel Prize. plain and simple. That would be the call of the century. We called that really, 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 really early. So you can see, you always want to go against the high majority of folks. The charts were screaming that the bottom was in. Everyone was telling me that I was wrong. Everyone was saying, don't buy Bitcoin. We were screaming to buy Bitcoin at 15, 16,000. And by the way, where the hell is my Nobel Prize? That was such an amazing call. Where's my Nobel Prize? And then we went into phase 1 and 2, just like the other cycles. But here's where things started to take a little turn, right? Back in 2012, we had phase 1 and phase 2. Very healthy, building market structure direct on top of our resistance here, and healthy structure in phase 2. Look at what phase 3 did. Phase 3 blasted through and made a new all-time high. Easily make a new all-time high. How about 2016? We had our bull flag, we had our golden cross, phase 1 and 2. Phase 1 and 2, very, very healthy in 2016. This was our best market structure we've ever had, this cycle in 2016. This is a textbook cycle. We wish that every cycle would act precisely like this. Beautiful, beautiful structure in phase 1 and 2. And again, the halving happened right in the middle of phase 2. Phase 3, boom, had incredibly strong flirting with the all-time high, and then shortly after made the all-time high. So it wasn't long in 2012 when we moved into phase 3 that we made a new all-time high, and it wasn't long in 2016 once we moved into phase 3 to make a new all-time high, because that's on your mind as well. Is like, is Bitcoin about to make a new all-time high? Well, we're about to find out based on some facts here. So 2020, what happened is this was a very unorthodox. This was an ABC correction, and this was phase 1 and 2 combined with very unhealthy structure, which is the reason why once we broke into phase 3 here, yes, it was short until we made an all-time high, but it was also short until we made our market cycle top. The reason is the market structure was incredibly unhealthy here, and we didn't respect structure. We respected the hell out of it in 2016, which is why our bull run lasted so damn long. How long, you ask? Well, this one was over 350 days from phase 3 until the top. And this one from phase 3 to the top was 150 days. So what do you want? Do you want 150 days of bullish action, or do you want over 350 days? Well, the answer is really respecting market structure, right? If you're new to the channel, what we focus on here are the biggest moves in crypto, the moves that will either make you all of your money or lose you all of your money. We don't spend time on the 1 hour or the 4 hour. It takes the same amount of time, energy, and effort to make a $100 trade or a $1 million trade. And we focus on the big guys, right? Which is why you just subscribe. This is your new home. If you're new to crypto, we welcome you in. Now, when you look at it, what you want to do is understand how different is it? Well, if we look at some history here, what's very fascinating is now we have the RSI on the monthly chart at the bottom of our screen. We have parallel channels with these two yellow lines running at a 72 at the top of the channel, and the bottom of our parallel channel is at 66. So if you put 72 and 66 up on your chart, on the Bitcoin US dollar index on the monthly chart, you'll have it look exactly like this. And take a look at what happens here. This is so cool. So Bitcoin enters the top of the market here. Not up for debate. This is a fact, right? What happens on the next candle is we enter this phase here, right? This area, this parallel channel, right? As soon as we enter this parallel channel, we know, hey, we're in trouble, plain and simple, right? And it takes us so long to recover and then finally get back above this channel, right? You can clearly see it here. This is not me having a crystal ball or flipping a coin or what I hope is going to happen or maybe it will happen. These are just pure facts. What we talk about on this channel, pure facts, no BS, which is why you have already subscribed. So once we entered this channel, it took us literally 1,000 days to come back above this channel. And by the way, as soon as we finally got above this yellow line, that is precisely when we entered phase 3. Why is phase 3 important? That's the phase that we usually create an all-time high. So we got to talk really, really precisely about phase 3. We entered phase 3 at precisely the time we got above this yellow line. And by the way, it took us 1,000 days to get there. So then we go to the next cycle and we say, okay, how likely is it that we do that again? Well, here's our market cycle top, not up for debate. This is the next candle in that. Also not up for debate. That is when we entered right back into this zone. You can see it right here when we finally entered back into this zone, and we're asking ourselves, well, how long was it until we recovered? Because it's bear market, we're struggling, really struggling. Once we finally got back above this yellow line, that is precisely the candle that we entered phase 3. And by the way, it was about 1,000 days once again. So first cycle, about 1,000 days. Once we finally got above this yellow line, phase 3. Next cycle, 1,000 days. Once we finally got above this yellow line, precisely phase 3. So here we are in our present cycle, and we say, okay, well, Bitcoin could have an all-time high before the halving, marking the first time ever in history that we've ever had an all-time high before the halving. That would be an anomaly, right? I sat here in this chair and I said, look, if Bitcoin has an all-time high before the halving, I will admit that this time is different. But how different is it? Let's take a look. So this is the all-time high, not up for debate. This is the top. This was the double top. Once we got into this zone, it was the next candle right here, just like all the other cycles. And we're looking at when we entered this zone, how long did it take us to recover? Because again, once we recover and finally get above this yellow line, it's phase 3. And here we are, 1,000 days. So how different is it really? If it was exactly 1,000 days until phase 3 back in 2016, and it was exactly 1,000 days in 2020 until we reached phase 3, and now it's 1,000 days today until we reach phase 3. The only difference is where we put this halving. That's what's different. So if we do reach an all-time high before the halving, we have to say, just based on the facts, we've never done that before. I will sit here, I will raise my hand, I will say this time is different. But how different? We followed the exact cycle. We're right at the 1,000 days, and we just entered over this yellow line, which tells us that's confirmation that's phase 3. Like I said, the smaller time frames, the weekly and the 2-week, are confirming phase 3. We do have some monthly charts that need confirmation. Case in point, our candle. We need our candle to close above here to confirm as phase 3, but the RSI has already confirmed. So what are they lying about? Well, the first thing that you'll hear, this huge narrative that's been playing for about 6 or 8 months leading into the halving, right? One of the lies that's been spread all over social media is that, hey, the halving really pumps Bitcoin. You know, get ready. The halving, once you have the halving, it really pumps Bitcoin. Really? If we look at it in 2012, we had the halving here, and then price action was flat that whole month, and it was flat the next month. It was a couple months later that we finally entered phase 3, which, by the way, we waited for our RSI to finally get above this yellow line. Once we did, it confirmed phase 3. 2016 halving. Well, we had the halving right here, and then price actually dropped. It dropped not for 1 month, 2 months, and then we had flat price action for 2 months. So we had, after the halving in 2016, we had a price drop for 2 months and then flat price for 2 months. So did that pump, as soon as we had the halving, did that pump Bitcoin? Hell no. What pumped Bitcoin was we finally had the RSI get above this yellow zone, and that was phase 3. That's what finally moved the market. It had nothing to do with the halving. Yes, the halving does affect Bitcoin price, but it doesn't pump. It's not like have the halving, next minute pump, next day pump, week after that pump. Look at the facts. This is not true. The halving does not pump Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin moves through these cyclical natures, and as soon as we enter above this yellow line, we're in phase 3. What does phase 3 do? It either flirts real hard with an all-time high, or it makes it. Out of these 3 data points, 66% of the time we made an all-time high in phase 3. 33% of the time we flirted hard with it and then made an all-time high. So you tell me what is true. Right? What is true are the facts in the charts, right? What is different about this chart when we could literally get an all-time high before the halving? Has that happened before? This is the halving. Did we have an all-time high before then? Hell no. We weren't even close. How about this one, 2016? This was the halving. Were we at an all-time high? No. How about 2012? This is the halving. Were we at an all-time high? No. When we enter an all-time high is when we get above this yellow zone and we hold it as support. That means we're in phase 3. Phase 3 means, hey, this is going to be a flirting with the all-time high or an all-time high. That is what is true in the charts, not all of this BS. So I ask you, what do you think is going to happen before the halving? Are we going to remain in phase 3 and remain bullish and make a new all-time high before the halving? Or are we going to see a correction back into phase 2 before the halving? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you right back here in the next video. This bull run is our road to 500,000 subscribers, but I need your help. Today, tell one person about our YouTube channel, how we spit facts, go against the herd, take no paid sponsorships of any kind. Road to 500,000, let's go.